Just finished the book and I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute. Okay, this book. Hi guys, it's Lisa here and welcome back to another Cosplays reviews. Today we are reviewing a new book by my favourite and wonderful, amazing favourite author, Lynette Noni. I am in cosplay today as Riri, or Viri de Solis from The Shadow Reaper, Lynette Noni's latest new book that has recently come out at the start of June. Now, I was given the amazing opportunity to get a hold of some tickets to go to the Melbourne event for the book tour for this book, where she was in conversation with the amazing Amy Kaufman, which I did also maybe grab an Amy Kaufman book while I was at the thing, because she did no signings, but we could pre-order signed copies of the book, so I may have also bought an Amy Kaufman book that was signed, because Amy, for like some context, Amy Kaufman and Lynette Noni were my entire teenage favorite authors of my entire teenage. Like, I grew up in my teenage years, especially in like my younger to mid-teens, on Amy Kaufman and Lynette Noni. So I think that was like the most amazing experience of my life. So I did vlog a little bit of that. There was Comic-Con on earlier that day, so I went to Comic-Con to say hi to my friends. So I'm going to insert the clips from Comic-Con and the book tour, and then the second half of this video is going to be the book review, because I have opinions about this book. Don't worry, they're good opinions. Hi guys, it's Licia here, and welcome back to another cosplay video vlog. Today, we're dressed up as Viri from The Shadow Reaper by Lynette Noni, because today is the book tour for Melbourne, and I'm going cosplay as the character, because it also just happens to be Comic-Con. So, I don't know how much of this I'm going to end up remembering to vlog, but we'll see. I'm already stressed and tired because I missed the train I was supposed to take, so I'm going to be late. We love that. I'm finally here. I'm already exhausted. Spent a few hours at con. Now I'm going to head off to Melbourne Central to go to the Lynette tour thing and go meet up with Meow before the event. I got a coffee. It may be a Lynette Noni night, but I couldn't help myself. We're at the event. I'm with Meow. Hi. Oh wait, the thing's covering. Hi. We got freebies. Oh my gosh, it's the real character. Oh my goodness, look, she's here in person. I'm totally the real character. Oh I'm totally Viri. I'm totally Viri.
In case we don't, my name is Amy Kaufman. I'm the author of 20-something fantasy and sci-fi books, and I love talking about books because I'm embarrassed my good friend Lynette by reading her bio in front of her. Australian author Lynette Noni studied journalism, academic writing, and human behaviour at university before venturing into the world of fiction. She is the #1 best-selling author of the Prison Dealer series, the Enduring Chronicles, the Whisper Duology, and Wandering Wild. To date, now it says she has won 3 BAFTAs. Do we need to update that? Yes!
And then recently, we're done. We bought books. I may or may not have spent a lot of money on books. But to be fair, one of them's for gift for a friend for their birthday. And the other is they're going to pay me back, so... It was so good though. It didn't run for as long as I thought it would.
Night, Yuri.
Mia bought.
Up your nose.
Mia bought some of Amy's books. I did buy one of her books though. So. That concludes the Comic-Con and tour segment of this video. Now to go to the actual book review. Welcome back to the book review. Now, with the book tour, we were able to, I don't know if I saw it, but this was from last year from a book event. I was too sick to go, but the amazing Mia and Angelica were able to stack me a Cadmus Castro print because this was long before it had come out, coming soon, June 2026. This was from last year. So I got a little Cadmus print to put on my Lynette shelf, as well as this amazing little artwork of Veery and Reeve. I love Veery and Reeve. Yep. This book, yep, my top read of this year. Hands down, already going to be my top read of this year. It's actually the only book that I've read this year. So, wait, no. I think I read, oh no, I think I did Hurricane Wars. So I did another review for another book called Hurricane Wars. I think that was technically the end of last year, or the start of this year. I don't remember technically if that, maybe that was my first book of the year, and this is the second one. I've not had a lot of time to read, but this has been great. I actually started listening to the audiobook on Spotify first because I was too impatient to pick up my copy. So I did start on an audiobook. I love the voice on the audiobook on Spotify, and then I finished it off with this actual book. So yes. What I'm going to do is a non-spoiler review, and then I'm going to do a spoiled review, so I'll warn you when I go to do the spoilers. But first of all, non-spoiler review, I 100% recommend this book. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Lynette Noni did it again. Lynette Noni did it again. It is a more of a darker fantasy. Not as dark as The Prison Healer, for those who have read her Prison Healer series. But it is also YA fantasy, so young adult fiction. I love young adult. A little bit of romantasy. It's not, I think the main themes aren't necessarily romantasy, but it is just outright fantasy. But there was a nice little love story. Childhood friends to enemies to lovers. I love that trope. I think has to be one of my favorite tropes ever. So, childhood friends to enemies to lovers. I love it. I love it. But yeah, it's about the main character, Veery de Solis, who is a Reaper hunter. As Lynette describes, the Reapers are like vampires, but instead of sucking blood, they suck magic out of people. The essential magic that these people need to survive on. It's also known as elixir. And she stops them from murdering children, because elixir is the life force of these people, and well, if you suck all the elixir out of someone, they're gonna die. So her job is to stop all of that. Part of the first chapter, she literally is out on a revenge story, so that's not a spoiler. She is out on a revenge story, but she ends up having to, you know, team up with that good old childhood best friend turned enemy, who just happens to be Reeve, who is a Reaper, to save the entirety of their island. First things first, the book comes with a map of Everdeen Isle. We love maps. I love that so much. And then also throughout the book has these little snippets of like little journal entries for Cadmus Castro from like, I think it's like 200 years in the past. He was a celestial mage, which I don't think is like any spoilery stuff, but yeah. I have to probably rate this book a 9 out of 10. I don't know if there's anything specifically why I don't give it that extra point. Actually, no, I feel like I have to give this a 10 out of 10. Never mind, I'm giving this book a 10 out of 10. Like, there were some scenes that I was able, like twists and stuff that I was able to predict being just neurodivergent. So some things were shock factors. There was others, however, that kept me on my feet. And there were some twists that I wasn't able to predict and left me absolutely gobsmacked. And like the banter between Reeve and Veery, I absolutely adored. I loved it so much. I love the good old banter, being like, I hate you, I hate you. Like that, and then just like bickering with each other. It's great. So yeah, I think in terms of non-spoiler review goes, I did very much enjoy the book. I definitely recommend it to a lot of people. It's definitely going to be my top book of the year. Never bargain with the Reaper. Never bargain with the Reaper. Now in terms of spoilers, okay, this book. First of all, the first plot twist of the main plot twist of the book was being Brayden, like Viri's brother, being the Reaper priest. I kind of guessed that from the artwork, and I was right. I'm typing the book. I was right. Another thing I guessed early on in the series was I'm like, something seems really odd between like connecting the dots. I'm like, Reeve and Winter are definitely siblings. They're definitely siblings. I was right. You didn't get to see it till the end of the book. However, I thought that the Reaper Lord was going to be Darek. Is it Darek? Is that how I say it? Nox's like commander. I was wrong. Look, when towards the end of the book, when I found out it was Soria. I was gobsmacked. I was about to go to work and I just finished the book and I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute. I think it was even with like the whole like Cadmus being the first Reaper priest or Reaper Lord. I also kind of feel like I predicted that after a few of the journal entries, but I still enjoyed the story so much. Like, I think definitely Winter and Viri being the besties was some of my favourite characters. I feel like I didn't get to see a lot of Jessalyn enough to like pick her as like a favourite. I did love Walnut though. Lynette wasn't kidding with Walnut. Walnut the rabbit, it is adorable. I love Walnut. I want to get like a little brown rabbit plushie now and just be like, here's Walnut. So I did really enjoy Walnut. But yeah, I think this was a very enjoyable book. I know that like the review is not going to be that long. I have unfortunately got things to do and I didn't get a lot of time to like even script. So, but yeah, I definitely recommend reading Shadow Reaper. It is definitely going to be one of my fave reads of the year. I cannot wait for, the only thing with reading this within the first week of its release is I now have to wait probably a year, at least an entire year, for the sequel, because this thing landed on a cliffhanger and I need to know what happens next. So it was very exciting though. At the event as well too, I obviously dressed up as Viri, and I made some little fan art for both Amy and Lynette, which they received. Well, I know at least Lynette received hers because she posted it on her story, so that was really exciting and awesome. I love that she loved it. So, but yes, anyways, that is going to be the end of today's video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know if there's anything else you would like to review, any books or anything. I've got one of I think it's Rebel Star. I don't remember what the book's called, but I've got an Amy Kaufman book now to read. I'll probably do a review on that too. And I've also been getting Mia into all of Prison Healer too, so I feel like people need to read. I'm sad that like Lynette's books aren't like as big as some of these like big TikTok whatever. Like I feel like her books are big enough for that. Like her books are good enough to be big enough to be like that. So, but yes, I will see you all in the next video, and I'm gonna love you and leave you. Bye. Thank you for watching.